Yo, what's going on? It's Fuego here, and today I'm going to be playing some Clash Royale, and we're running a kind of interesting mortar deck here. We have some really cool cards, like first off, we're running the Spirit Empress, which doesn't see a ton of play within the meta, but I do think it has some very nice synergy with your mortar, so I really do like running it in this deck. We're also running the Bar Barrel as opposed to the Log. Log's been receiving a ton of nerfs recently, and honestly, Bar Barrel might even be the better card at this point. Either way, we get great value from the, honestly, just tankiness and the barb that comes out of the barb barrel. So super happy to be running that today. And lastly, we're also running the Ice Wiz, which is honestly just a super solid defense card. Really nothing more to it. Like Ice Wiz really does shut down on defense, which we love. So this is kind of a different deck from your just typical mortar bait deck where they run the Skeleton Barrel, the Goblin Gang, all those little bait cards. We're kind of mixing it up here a little bit with a slightly more control variant. But nonetheless, here we're going up against some RG, it looks like. Already have the Evo RG down from our opponent. But with the mortar being such a good counter to the RG, just in terms of like a defensive building, we really only take like 3 RG shots, which considering we were down a little bit of elixir there, I think we'll definitely take. So not too bad of a start here. We're kind of figuring out our opponent's deck as well. Really just seems to be kind of the typical RG deck, so not too bad. I will say, if this guy has a fireball, we might be able to get a ton of value from our Spirit Empress. And if he has a lightning, then we should be able to get good value from our Ice Wiz. So depending on what spell he has, I'm going to try and play the matchup a little bit differently. So we drop our Ice Wiz down low. I really don't want to go with my Evo Mortar yet. Okay, nice. We do see the fireball. So that means Spirit Empress could be a huge problem for this guy to deal with. Now, I could go with my Evo Mortar. I just need to be aware that he does have his RG back in cycle now. And I think I'm going to go for it anyway. Let's go Skeleton Barrel to pressure opposite. And then we can even go Skeleton King, Skeletons to kite. We have some good pressure on the board. He has to spell the left lane. This isn't bad. Wait, yo, look at the Skeletons, man. He didn't get his pressure down in time. So we are able to sneak through some good damage. And honestly, I think that was a good push for us right there. We do have the Spirit Empress back as well, which is super nice. I love the fact that Spirit Empress isn't a champion. Like, it has a very unique ability. And to me, like, almost like reminds me of a champion. But the fact that it isn't is so nice because you can get to multiple of them really quick. So Spirit Empress is actually going to help out a ton here in terms of damaging the RG, right? Nice. Okay, Spirit Empress does come back. He does get 2 big RG shots on tower, but we do have some dual lane pressure to maybe help out a little bit. I would love to pop my Skeleton King ability here if we get the option. Let's go for it now. Okay, good Skeleton King ability. Let's go Skeletons behind. We get a good bit of chip. Nothing crazy, though. Barbell is going to help out for sure here. We are running the Cannoneer Tower Troop, so any lick of Skeletons that break through, we really have to defend. Like my tower is not going to do much against Skeletons, so that RG should be dead. Shouldn't have to worry about it. Ice was doing a great job taking that out. And if I could get back to my mortar super quickly and maybe out-cycle him, that would be amazing, actually. So let's try and go for that now. So let's see, how is he going to defend this mortar? He's probably going to go with a low Lumberjack, maybe? No, okay, so he's trying to get back to his RG, which he does successfully. Well played. Let's go. All right, let's go Skeleton Barrel on the left here. We have a ton of pressure. Skeleton King ability gets pulled in by the Fisherman. Yo, hold on. This is actually a huge... Yo, look at all the things going down. We have so many skeletons. He does finally get the Bar Barrel down, but he gets down to 800 damage. We're in the damage lead. I'm going to pop another mortar here. Goblin gets a chip on tower. Yo, what is going on, man? The bait with this deck is insane. Okay, let's see. Mortar's on top of tower. I'm going to poison here as well. E-Spirit does not reset, and I think that's probably going to be good game, guys. Wow, this turn of the tables in this matchup was absolutely insane, but that's really what this deck does. In the next match here, and this deck kind of reminds me of Splash Yard, just in the way that it kind of plays itself, because it really is heavily defense oriented, right? So if you get good defense, oftentimes your opponent's just going to make a mistake, and it's just going to lead you to free damage and sometimes even free wins. So this deck is kind of similar to Splash Yard in that aspect, but we're in the next match here. It seems like we're going up against like Drill Bait, which is pretty interesting, but we do have the mortar to help out here. So once that poison kind of finishes for the most part, I'm going to go in with my mortar. Mortar and Spirit Empress, such a good combo, man. Absolutely love it. And okay, so our opponent has the wall breakers, but Cannoneer does do a good job against the wall breakers, which is nice. Spirit Empress getting some chip damage on the left as well. Sweet. Okay, pretty good start here all in all. We'll definitely take that. And I think my next play is to just set up in the back. We do need to be careful as we get later into the match because this guy does have a poison, which is good against our Ice Wiz and our Mortar. Yeah, so he's just going to go straight up poison right now. Honestly, pretty good play. But that does mean he doesn't have the mortar for he doesn't have the poison for the mortar rather. So let's just drop that once again here. We know he has the cannon, so we'll be ready for it this time. And yeah, okay, we see the knight down low. I think I might even go 3-cost Spirit Empress here, just so he can't cannon. I think that should be a decent play. How does he choose to defend this? He missed his spell on the right lane. That's huge. Mortar should lock on the left here. Nice. Barb kills the spear, and beautiful damage right there. Okay, I think he'll probably get one wall breaker connection here. Yeah, that's fine though. We'll live with that. We still have the damage lead. Things are looking pretty good all in all. And as you'll notice, we have both of our Evos coming up in hand. I'm going to definitely predict the cannon here. We just can't let him get away with that. Yeah, sorry, sir. We cannot let that happen. He does actually get the cannon to lock on, but we did stall out long enough to kill it. Perfect. Let's go Skeleton Barrel in the opposite lane. I will take my poison for some free tower damage. And, okay, so he's probably going to Snowball. Evo Snowball. Wait, but we kind of missed some of the skeletons. That's huge. So much damage once again, and now we have the option of going in either lane. Oh, he plays the cannon down low this time. Very well played. Skeleton King is such a good counter to the Goblin Drill. Like, man, I'm telling you, if we didn't have the Skeleton King, this matchup would be so much more difficult. But luckily for us, we do kind of get bailed in that aspect. We have a full Skeleton King ability on the left. I'm keeping up the pressure on the right. And, like, what does he do here, guys? This is such a tough spot to be in. I'm going to pop my ability in the left lane. Let's catch this. He's going offensive drill. Man, you don't have elixir to defend. Look at the left lane. That's tower down. Not enough time for him to get ours. And that's going to be a super clean win once again. And I'm telling you guys, once you play such good defense for long enough, your opponents get frustrated and start making mistake after mistake. We found a match against Over here, and I think I'm just going to start off cycling my Barb Barrel. This deck can get into some awkward starting hands. I like dropping my Ice Whiz first, especially if I have a Spirit Empress in hand, and then obviously cycling Skeletons is really never a play you can truly be punished for, so yes, starting hands can definitely be a little weird. Don't be afraid to wait a few seconds, but in this match here, we see the Dagger Duchess from our opponent, and could this be Goblin Giant? I'm not 100% sure what we're going up against here, but could definitely be some Goblin Giant now that we see the Mega Minion and the Mother Witch from our opponent. So we're kind of winning this bridge battle here. Okay, I think I'm actually going to go Mortar High. It's going to help defend this Goblin Giant, and it's going to put some pressure on him in the opposite lane. Skeletons to protect our Ice Whiz, and yeah, this should be a fairly clean defense all in all. As long as Mother Witch doesn't go crazy on us, we should be good. So he's keeping up the aggression here. I'm actually going to drop my second Spirit Empress. Man, if I could have protected that first one, we would have been in the money, but that's all right. I'll be honest, I did not know that Spirit Empress 2-tapped a Mother Witch. Like, that's kind of insane. We'll definitely take it, though. So, not the greatest start here. Our opponent does start off up on us with a little bit of chip damage, but we'll try and work our way back here. Maybe, honestly, I think that's a decent poison. It's going to help kill the Hogs, kill the Mother Witch, all that good stuff, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay, we will need to Ice Whiz though, because those Royal Hogs tank just a little bit too long on our Cannoneer. So let's see here. Our opponent, realistically, probably has an Evo Goblin Giant, so that's definitely something to keep our eye out for. But other than that, I think we should be okay. My only biggest concerns would really be like a nice Mother Witch on top of Skeletons, or maybe like a mini Pekka sneaking through the cracks. So let's just start off with our early defensive Mortar, and let's see what he wants to do. We do have the Skeletons, which are a pretty good distraction for the Sparky, of course. Let's just get the Spirit Empress down for some nice DPS. And honestly, I don't want him to predict my Skeletons, so I'm just going to play them low. That's fine. And then we'll go Barb Barrel to clean up. And good defense right there. We'll take that. And now with his Goblin Giant out of hand, I'm going to go Evo Mortar at the bridge. What does he have? Wait, let's just poison here because that's good value. Even if his Dark Prince breaks through, like, that's okay with me. We're killing all of his support troops, and Evo Mortar's on top of tower. Yo, I didn't even see that. Evo Mortar's going crazy. He doesn't really have a way to kill it either. He's in some trouble. He goes with a defensive Goblin Giant. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go Ice Whiz right here to just slow it down, maximize the damage we get, and that's going to be easily tower down. Okay, the question is, can we defend here? I think we can. Let's go Spirit Empress on top of that Sparky. Just start chipping it down from the sky. Probably could have played it a little further out, but I don't think it matters at this point, man. Sparky's basically dead. He doesn't have any push forming, and that's going to be GG, well played once again, man. Really, all it takes with this deck is one push, like a Skeleton Barrel sneaking through, an Evo Mortar locking on. It doesn't matter. The pressure is too strong. In the last match here, and this is probably a scenario where we'll just start off with the Barb Barrel right down the middle. And we do see Goblin Barrel come down. So against Goblin Barrel decks, we're going to have to be a little more careful with our Barb Barrel. Obviously, the barbell doesn't have as big of a range as a log, so you have to be a little bit more accurate when playing it, but that's no big deal. We do start off getting the King Tower activation, and also looks like our opponent has an overleveled fireball, or underleveled fireball, excuse me. That's a little bit unfortunate because Ice was surviving a fireball is not an interaction I've seen for a few years since the Ice was got nerfed, so that'll definitely help us out a little bit here. Let's see, we got the Skeleton Barrel coming down in the left lane. Probably just going to take my Skeleton King in the right here. I guess we'll defend the barrel first. Not too bad, but let me know what you guys think about the Spirit Empress as a card, because I feel like there's a lot of like varying opinions. I feel like a lot of people, some people really like it, some people don't really like it. It definitely does depend on like the deck you're running, but I think overall the Spirit Empress is a super fun card. I think most people should be able to agree on that. And honestly, the DPS that the big form puts out is, I mean, it's pretty solid. Like, I can't complain with that. So, like, even right now, look at the Spirit Empress. It's just going to damage his tower to, like, 400 damage a shot. Like, that is good value, in my opinion. Definitely pricey for a 6 elixir card, but you know what? You'll win some, you lose some. So, let's try and distract that Firecracker a little bit longer here. And, yeah, we don't really eat too much damage. We're up 1,000. Like, this is a very, very nice start. So, do I want to suck up the souls here? I think we do. Let's grab the Skeleton King for that. Perfect. And yeah, okay, as long as this guy's just running like a simple bait deck, we really should be fine here. He'll get a little bit of Evo Firecracker damage, but nothing too significant. Let's go with our Mortar to pressure once again, and he has the Eye Tower. Is he going to play it? No, he doesn't. Mortar locks. Yo, hold on. If he doesn't have a reset, that's just going to be a ton of damage, man. Yo, what's going on? Has he given up already, guys? Man, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but this deck has some sort of superpower in terms of just like winning games in crazy fashion. So we'll definitely take that dub. And you know what? Matter of fact, I think we're going to play one more. That one was too easy, right? We need a little bit of a challenge for the last match. Skeletons taking down that tower. Evo Skelly Barrel, so fun to watch. And that's going to be GG's right there. And let's try and get another win. In the last match here, and I'm going to start off. No, we don't have the Mortar in hand. Ah, that's unfortunate. A little bit of starting hand to start us off, but you know what? That's just a little adversity, a little something we got to come back from. So I'm ready for it. Opponent has an interesting deck here for sure between the bait aspect and the Hog Rider, but I'm all down for it. He's running the arrows. Man, if I would have popped that Skeleton King ability, we could have had something rolling, but that's all right. You know what? Doesn't hurt to be chill. We got our damage back from that early Hog Rider shot, so nothing crazy. So against Hog Rider, you really have to play a little bit differently, right? Because with Mortar being like our main win condition, it's also our best, it's really like our defensive building at the same time, right? So we do need to watch out. We do need to make sure we have it in hand for his Hog Riders because we don't really have any other great Hog Rider counters. So like, yeah, we really do need to be careful. Let's go Skeleton King up high in case he pops like a bad ability or something. Yeah, either way, Skeleton King pulls it back. And yeah, okay. You know what? Boss Bandit isn't a card a lot of people like to see, but this deck does a pretty good job defending it, which I love for one. So all right, looks like the opponent doesn't want arrows. They do have the Ice Spirit to clean up, and Spirit Empress, man, getting some damage in the right lane, putting us in the damage lead. I'm gonna go Mortar up high with this Hog. He goes pre-arrows, kind of a crazy prediction right there. Mortar's gonna lock on top of tower, and that's gonna be super nice damage. Hog Rider gets defended pretty easily there as well. Love to see it. And yeah, also, if you guys haven't noticed, man, I'm a little bit lower. Like, I haven't been playing a ton this season, but I'm looking to get back into it, looking to be more consistent because, you know, I got college starting soon, just kind of finished up my summer job, was working a lot, but now we're going to be focusing on school as a priority, and that gives me more time to Clash, so I'm super excited for it, man. This is going to be a good year, I promise you that. So Icewiz does a great job taking out the spears. Love to see it. And look at this, man. Once again, we see the Boss Bandit coming down in the opposite lane. Can we protect the Spirit Empress from the Dark Goblin? We can. Okay, hold on. This is such a nasty push for him to defend. And on top of that, I have the Evo Skelly Barrel in the opposite lane. So he does do a good job taking out the Mortar, but I don't think he has enough spells to take care of our Skeleton King ability. And the left side, like, look at this pressure. He does get the Megaknight down, but the Spirit Empress is too strong. That's going to be towered down, all from the Spirit Empress. Let's actually protect her just a little bit here. We actually have a second Spirit Empress down, funny enough. Evo Mortar on the left lane for just even more pressure, because why the heck not? Oh my goodness, double Spirit Empress might actually be a crazy meta combo because like that is kind of wild. Second tower is going to fall as well. Can we get the 3 crown? I don't know, man. It's going to be close. Spirit Empress does fall. We have a ton of swarm. Can we get it in time? Only 2 seconds left. Goblins unfortunately cannot do enough for us, but that is still a great win nonetheless. We'll definitely take it. But that's going to do it all for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.